Hey guys, it's Tunde Imann, and we're back with another episode of Muse Connections. And today we have Classix the Writer.
Hello.
And
How you doing?
I'm good.
Right. I'm
How are
happy.
you?
I'm good. This is like my first interview in a long time, so I'm a little nervous.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna get right into it.
Go ahead, do your thing.
I know where you're from, but for the people, where are you from, and how did you fall in love with music?
I'm born and raised in Hip Hop Central, New York.
Okay,
You know?
like,
Yeah. So you from New York too? Okay, okay. What
yeah.
part? What part?
Brooklyn, West
You
Side,
from Brooklyn too?
hello.
I see.
Yeah,
See, holding it down. Nah, yeah.
yep.
Born and raised Brooklyn, New York. Um, Yeah, currently in the Bronx right now, like in the at the moment. But
Mm.
yeah, shout out to everybody in New York. A lot of people in New York. I know a lot of artists. So yeah, shout out to y'all. And how did I get into music?
How did you fall in love with music?
How did I fall in love with music? Damn, how did I fall in love with music? I can't even tell you. I was just so young,
Hmm.
just like reciting lyrics to every song that I liked, every song that I like, quote unquote. It didn't matter if I liked it or not because I didn't really have the like mental capacity as a child to like the songs. I just heard them all the time, so eventually I just started singing them, and I guess that's how. Just hearing it around my house,
Hmm.
my sister Kendra, she used to play hella songs like Wayne, all types of niggas, so real um it would be real therapeutic to hear those songs over and over again for some reason. Yeah.
I definitely feel like music is therapy.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, nah, yeah. Music is therapy. It's always been like an outlet for me. Like, I know everybody in the world isn't an artist or a musician, but I'm sure everybody's heard that one song where you just can't do anything about it. It just gives you that feeling, and that's how it was for like a million songs, like a whole playlist. I don't know about everybody else. I had an iPod, you feel me, a little pink iPod.
hmm.
So that was like really the thing that used to get me to listen to music. I used to walk around with the headphones, and yeah, that's what it did. That's how I fell in love, for sure.
Okay. So, you're only 20 and you seem so wise. When's your birthday?
When's my birthday? Well, I'm 21 now, so my
Okay.
birthday just passed, on January 1st.
Oh, Capricorn. Happy
Yeah,
belated.
you could tell.
That you're a Capricorn?
Yeah.
No, I would never
Okay.
have guessed that.
Oh, okay, okay. What's your sign?
I'm a Pisces.
Oh, so it's your season now.
Yes, it is.
It's your season now. It's lit. Okay, are you excited?
I guess. I should be more excited, but I'm really just chill.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, yeah. That's really a weird thing about birthdays for me. Like, it's
Mm.
always been it's always interesting to see how fast my season goes by, and then where everybody else is there, it just feels like forever. Like, all right, like niggas wilding. Like,
Oh, well. That's why you really have to enjoy it.
nah, yeah, 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 for real, for real.
It's a blessing to be from Brooklyn. What's your favorite thing about being a Brooklyn native?
My favorite thing about being from Brooklyn, it's so many things, cause like I live in a very like cultural like area. Like it
Mm.
has a lot of history, has a lot of legendary things went down there. I'm not gonna lie, I don't live too far from where Big and Hove were born. I don't live too far from there, so it's pretty easy to like walk up and down my blocks. Even Most Def, that's like my favorite hip hop artist ever. Like, so it's pretty easy to like walk around my neighborhood and like see like spots that is like, oh, that was in a movie, oh, that was in a television show. You know what I'm saying? Or so I guess that just knowing that I'm a part of history and I was born in a place with a lot of history in hip hop,
Mm.
in the thing that I love so much. Also, like I would say, like the food. I don't really like the food in my hood,
Uh
but like
huh.
the different places I've been in Brooklyn, yeah, I just wish I just wish my area had that, But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yikes. Yeah. But yeah. What? How
What's your
about you?
favorite cuisine? What about me?
Hmm.
What do I like about being a Brooklyn native?
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree with what you said about just being around culture all the time.
Hmm.
I would say for me, it's just the fact that all of New York is like a living museum for real. Like things is always changing, but like the same block you've been on could have new graffiti, could have been painted over, and now that's the new background for your wedding pictures on
That's a
accident,
good reason. That's a
Like,
really good reason.
yeah. And also, like you said, the community. I love my community, and I feel like I just started to get to know them and like go outside and shop with them and mingle with them. I used to be such a like inside all the time person.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Nah, yeah, I think Brooklyn helps bring in introverts into a different light. Because I
Mm-hmm.
remember just being from my hood, like I wanted to be quiet, I wanted to be chill to myself. Once I
Mm-hmm.
started traveling, yeah, there was like different cultures impacting mine, which was kind of like silence. And then a bunch of these kids and people just like, yo, you like, why you don't talk about this? Why you don't fuck with this? You know what I'm saying? This. Like, it was just me kind of like adapting to different spaces. So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think Brooklyn definitely helps like bring out extroverts or like, you know, helps people who are quiet, really get out their bag. Cause it's like, you're in a place now where like you're traveling and you're young, like, so it's like you're gonna run into something that you really want to put like you're all into, whether you want to talk about it or not. Like you're gonna run into something that really catches your attention because Brooklyn is really big. Like people don't talk about how big it is. It's like a lot of space, a lot of people. So yeah, for sure, that's definitely the perfect reason. I wish I would have chose that, honestly.
LOL. Your
Or,
reason was perfect.
or
Um, so how did you get connected with Goats Inc. and Urban House and stuff like that?
damn, yo, you just do your research.
Uh,
Nah, yeah. Well, Urban House. That's a label I'm part of. Shout out to
mm-hmm.
Sharif. He'll probably watch this later. But yeah, that's a record label I'm part of. Urban House Records.
Mm-hmm.
I met Reef like randomly on a train like years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like we just got introduced and because somebody heard me rapping on the train and it was like, yo, come, I gotta introduce you to somebody. I'm like, yo, what's good? How y'all doing? And I just rapped and they liked it and they loved it. And yeah, that's how we got close and we started, talking about me being a part of what they had going on and stuff like that. But at this point, I was like 16 then. So at this point, it's like we're just locked in, and we've done so much together and we have so much planned. We're actually going on tour this summer. So yeah, I know, right? It's gonna be my
Mm-hmm.
first time touring, so I'm beyond excited.
Mm-hmm.
But the Goats Inc. How I got connected with them was, um, I think it was me going out randomly to like a cipher.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Legendary Ciphers, yeah. And I met a few of the members there, specifically Mike Muzzle, and I met him, and he put me on to like the rest of the group that was then. It was like a few other members then. That was like 20 plus members. I'm not there anymore, so. But yeah, they got a lot of heads over there. Shout out to Goat Inc. They know what they be doing. The Goats Incorporated word.
Okay. So how did you meet Jay Jetson?
Yo, she did her research. This reminds me of Nardwar a little bit.
Period.
This is a little bit Nardwar, bro. Um, how did I meet Jet? I met Jet annoying ass. At like an open mic. It was actually around the time I met the Goats Inc. because he was part of them, and I didn't like him. I did not like that nigga. But it was like me judging a book by its cover and not being able to really understand that sometimes relationships need to be built on actually being around people. Um, you can't be friends with every artist. Like some people are just built to be artists and keep it business, and some people are genuinely friends. So when I had that experience with him, like, being around him, seeing him perform, behind the scenes. Why are you laughing?
Because what you said is so true.
It's true, right? Like, it's like, sometimes you run into people that just aren't meant to be your friend outside of what you guys do. Like, sometimes you're not even friends
Work
with the people.
colleagues.
Yeah, sometimes you're not even friends with the people you go to work with. Like, so me and Jet, we just connected on a like personal level, and that's how I started fucking with him. I was like, yo, he's valid, because he was annoying. He was just annoying. Like, truthfully, like, I did not like him. Like, so him becoming my best friend was just, I was just like, bro, I didn't even like you. Like, I didn't want nothing to do with you, but he was a good person, and I didn't know that. I just misjudged him, and it's not like I thought he was a bad person. It's just like, I didn't want to know. I was just like, you're not like giving, bro. I thought he was
Mm-hmm.
childish, but I saw past all of that, and I
Mm-hmm.
turned out to be the childish one. But yeah, that's definitely how I got cool with him.
And
That's
how was making spaceships for him?
annoying, because Jet. So he's probably gonna watch this, but knowing Jet as long as I've known him, he has a tendency to be outlandish, like on purpose. Like, he wants to be egregious. He wants to be the most obnoxious dude in the room all the
I
time.
picked that up.
Like, you can see it. The fact that you can see it, So I love him, but that's what irks me. So when we was recording spaceships and filming like content for it, he had this attitude of like, let's just be goofballs, and it was just like, I'm with it, because sometimes you need to get that out your system. You know what I'm saying? As an artist, I do a lot of serious shit. You know what I'm saying, with my art. So that's like a break. You know what I'm saying? That was a break for both of us to actually do something, out of the box. So we made such a fun project, and I was glad that we didn't lose the sense of like what we were still trying to accomplish. We're still growing as artists, and we're still trying to prove to ourselves that we are better than we were yesterday. And
Mm-hmm.
and that's how Spaceships was. It was the challenge to be fun and create art that is something that you haven't done before, something that's not repetitive, something that's unfamiliar. So for sure, that's what recorded Spaceships was like. It was loud, it was ghetto, it was raunchy, it was certainly weird at times. Like, sometimes we didn't know how to really bounce off each other's energy because we were so like, but him and we're like magnets when it comes to art. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
we saw eye to eye on like, you know, the message and the idea that we were trying to, put out there. But it was hard for us to really see the eye to eye on beats, melodies, but we know how to create with each other. So when
Mm-hmm.
we actually sat down and did it, it was like, this is perfect. The chemistry is there, the friendship is there. You saw it all, and that's what made Spaceships so dope. You saw it all. You know what I'm saying? And just 7 songs too. So yeah, word. Look at you doing your research, gang. Heard you.
So you dropped sleep deprived, and you used two Z's for the E's. I thought that was clever. How's life since making the project? Are you getting more sleep? Da da da.
Life has changed since making Sleep Deprived. And I'm glad you caught that. A few people in life didn't understand why I did that.
Like, duh.
Yeah, a few people didn't understand why I
Yeah.
did that. I remember my aunt would come up to me like, because Sleepy is really my alter ego. Sleepy.
Mm,
So I used Sleepy to like create an alter ego and an idea of a person. And Sleep
mm,
Deprived was kind of like, an example of who Sleepy is, who I want to be, and my aunt didn't really get it. She didn't get it. She was like, why is your name Sleazy and this and that? I'm just like, you're reading it wrong, but it's okay. So I had to break it down for her and, a few other people, but, making Sleep Deprived was really like, it was therapeutic. And what it did for me was it showed who I really wanted to be as an artist.
mm-hmm.
I was confused after, I made some older projects, one in particular called Sweet Dreams. I didn't really know where to go from there. Um, so after I made that, I was kind of like, okay, what's next for me now as an artist? Like, what am I going to talk about now? What am I going to try to get off my chest this time? And it kind of just came together. It just showed that, my confusion as an artist wasn't a setback. It was a step forward. So
Mm-hmm.
I used it. I weaponized my
Mm-hmm.
confusion, and that's how it became what it was. That's how it became what it was, for sure. It's been amazing though. I'm not gonna lie. It's been like the best time in my career since I've dropped it. Since I did the whole rollout for it, it's been like just amazing as an artist, like creating, making music in general, but also stepping outside, knowing that I'm the creator of those songs. That just makes my heart like it's. It feels so good, and I got so much love from making the project. So shout out to everybody out there that supported Sleep Deprived. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. Out now on all streaming platforms. Yeah.
Tune in.
Sorry, little promo. Little
Of
promo.
course, that's what it's for. Um, can you share anything about your perspective on loss and grief
Mm.
for anyone else going through the same thing?
Yeah. um. So for those that don't know, I lost both my parents. My dad, I lost going on 6 years now. I might be. I'm so off. I might be so off, but it's been a while. I was 13 when I lost him, and that was like the beginning of me being an artist, like the very beginning of me like actually creating music. So fast forward to December 2023, well, January 2023, um, you know, a lot happened in between that time. And, my mom got sick, this and that. Um, and then last month, January, she passed. So it's like all of that loss, was kind of like a rough growth patch, I guess. It's like me understanding that, as short as life is, you don't really understand how much loss hits until it actually becomes a loss. You know what I'm saying? And I think we all get caught up in the idea that we have to accept what's going on, and just because it is happening, even though you know you have to accept what life is going to be, how it's going to treat you, what it's going to end up like. That should never tell you to bottle your grief, you know take your emotions and act like they don't exist. And I learned that tough lesson over these past few months, because you really don't know what it's going to feel like when it happens. And when it happens, it really allowed me to see what I needed to do moving forward, and that was make sure that I'm expressing my emotions, but in the right way, and do it with the right people, because not everybody is going to be understanding of your grief, and not everyone's going to be on the same page with you at the end of the day. And if someone doesn't agree with something you're doing, behind the scenes while you're grieving, then you kind of just have to let them go, because you can't tell anybody how to grieve, how to mourn, how to feel during their loss. So that's my advice to you, to you or anybody, not just you, but to anybody listening, watching. Just understand that your loss is a loss. Major is not a word. It doesn't even matter. It's major automatically because it happened. you know and especially if you knew it was going to happen, it makes it even more major, because it's like you're expecting it to happen, but you don't know when it's going to happen. Life doesn't move how we want it to. We could wish, yeah, we could sit down and wish that things happen differently. We could hope that things are going to turn out differently, but the creator is in charge, and we got to be able to accept that, but also know that if it hurts, it hurts, and whatever hurts is your hurt. It's yours flaunt it. You know what I'm saying? Because one day you're going to be tired of hurting, and you want that day to be in the future. You want that day to be in the future, and you want that to be a day where you are happy and you're smiling and you're grateful about everything that happened. Not the day where you're regretting that you sat there and had a conversation about what was happening to you. You know, so yeah, take advantage of your therapy now. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Mm, that was so good.
Thank you. I try.
Um, I gotta get my charger because my laptop is gonna die.
You good? You good? The shot.
Just in like general, but also in my life, like just in music too, how we so many people die, and we kind of like predict or like say what we could see where they're going in their lives, but we really don't know
Mm-hmm.
the last time we'll be able to see someone in the flesh. And just like on one end, like I guess spiritually, accepting that as a truth, but then like you're still human. You're forever gonna feel that pain. It's just part of the experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I think that's powerful, especially because that's deeper than what I was saying. Like, especially when it comes from another person. You heard that from another person. Like, I had to like literally like figure that out, and because you hear it all the time. You know what I'm saying? People say it, but it's like until you're actually in that position, or you get thrown in that position. You know what I'm saying? It feels different. You know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine how it feels when you're hearing it from somebody else and then it happens to you. It's like, what? That's like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like how do I even allow that to be a positive thought throughout this whole grieving process, throughout this whole I can't think about that. You think I give a shit about somebody, you know, feeling happy that that they're no longer here and I'm supposed to embrace the fact that they're in a better place? Like, that's not something that anyone can just bear. Anyone can just bear. And if you can, like, more power to you. I can speak for the people that I've known and that I've seen it happen to, especially in the Black community. We have so much death, like, in 1 year. We experience more death than anyone. Like, so, you know, when we get back to like understanding like that we are not only like we are cursed people, but when we get back to understanding that we are in a position where we suffer so much on a daily basis already, then you add somebody dying on top of that, somebody in your household, bro. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. To this day, I don't understand how things got this bad. I don't. But I know that every day I have to move on with my life, no matter no matter how bad it got, no matter how difficult things got, no matter how rough they're gonna get. I have to keep breathing and keep surviving, and I have to keep talking to myself about it every day, because I'm never gonna understand it. But if I try, I might get somewhere. If I actually try to put the words out there, I might get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you for sharing that too, because I wouldn't have had anything else to say.
Mm.
You didn't say that, so word. This is therapeutic right now. I ain't gonna lie. Can I smoke?
Yeah,
Okay, this is therapeutic as fuck.
that was kind of the point of me doing this whole thing. Um, what place does writing have in your heart/life?
Everything. When I tell you, writing classes were my favorite classes throughout my entire school, my entire life of education. Like, I remember being in the English class in middle school, and I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know how it all transpired. I can't remember. Like, there's just certain memories you can't like access anymore because you just grown up. There's just so many times where I was in middle school. You sneeze, bless you.
Thanks.
Bless you. There was so many times in middle school where I like got up and started rapping in class. I just can't remember like that particular moment, like how it all happened. But I just remember being in that English class, that writing class as well, because it was two classes. I don't know if everybody ever been in school. You get like that 90-minute class. It's like two classes in one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you got to sit through that shit for 90 minutes. So I think for the first half, it was like ELA. And then the second half, it was writing or creative writing. And shout out Miss Vergara. She probably don't even remember me. But I just got up rapping. I can't remember how it got there, but I remember
Mm-hmm.
like being at the front of the class rapping. And also remember getting in trouble in that same class for writing lyrics when we were supposed to be working. So writing has been the thing I've chosen over everything. Like I'd be in class doing geometry, chemistry, it doesn't matter what I'd be doing, and I'd always want to write. Not necessarily rap, but just write whatever. So writing is like my main source of therapy. You know, it's like it's literally me saying things that I can't say out loud. You know, and eventually when I record them and I say them out loud, it's like this is growth. This is growth. This is transformation. You know, and that's what
So
it's all about.
you're letting it go as well.
Yeah, yeah. You right?
Yeah.
I kind of figured, but I just wanted to know like you write like poetry or it's just like
Mm-hmm.
thoughts.
I write stories, poems, etc.
That's cool. So cool. I gotta connect with more writers because
Mm-hmm.
I know so many artists. I don't know a lot of like people who just sit down and jot their thoughts and this and
Mm-hmm.
that.
I journal, all these
Yeah, yeah.
things.
And you're a journalist. That's even cooler. That's even cooler. Like you have an experience with writing for yourself and writing for others. Man,
Yeah,
go ahead.
that would be cool because I'm actually looking for like somewhere I could go to write. There's so many articles I need to write that I haven't written because I don't know. I think, like you said, it's probably your biggest form of therapy for me is like because I enjoy it so much, I do it the least. I don't know.
You know, that's a sign because it's like I feel like you can do it all the time.
Hmm.
It's just a sign of you trying to get back into it the way you would like to
Yeah, facts.
do it. I saw a crazy post last night. I think it went viral too. But mad people was like reposting it. It said like
Hmm.
stop stop hiding the talents or sitting on talents that you it's something like that. But
Yeah,
don't sacrifice the talents you have just to do something else that you think the world would be comfortable with. Like do the shit you want to do. Like don't
hmm,
sit on them talents that could change your life. That's what it was. Don't sit
facts,
on the talent. Yeah,
facts.
that shit was crazy.
Facts. I'm gonna set a goal for like an article a day. I'm not article a day, article a week.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that looks like. Like I that's gonna be a wild challenge. I don't even know what that looks like. Like keep me updated on that too, because that would be
Okay,
cool.
sure, for
That would
sure.
be cool. I want to read those
Thanks. Could you see yourself going into like fiction or anything like that?
fiction, like writing stories about lives that don't necessarily exist.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I want to direct. I want to make movies. So yeah, I definitely want to make movies. I definitely want to playwright. I definitely want to screenwrite.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's just I know it's hard. I know it's really hard, and it's something that I have to really sit down and focus on. I don't really have like the mental capacity to do it today or tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But I know one day I can definitely practice it. It'll be a skill I practice, and I'd honestly have to learn more before I just dive into it. Because like I want, there's so many things I want to do talent wise, especially when it comes to like writing and
Mm-hmm.
making stories. So yeah, storytelling is very complex and very, it takes a lot of like effort, and you have to be very meticulous. So for me to have that time, I have to sit down and like figure out how I'm gonna do that. But I definitely want to do that one day. Definitely. You write fiction? That's dope. That's dope as hell. Do you like novels or like it's just like you write poems and stuff like that?
I haven't sat down to write a novel, but like short stories for sure.
Okay. Short
Um,
stories are fun.
yeah, that was actually one of my favorite classes in college. It was called
Mm.
The Art of the Short Story. I learned so much from that class, like so much.
That, and what's it, what grade you said that was?
Um, College,
That was college. Oh, that was
yeah.
past grade school. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got a taste of that, but that was elementary. We used to call them small moments,
Mm-hmm.
like small moment stories in like literature. So it would be like little moments, like, oh yeah, I walked to the store and like, you know, I fell down, somebody picked me up. I learned the lesson that you got to get up, like fucking shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's definitely something I want to do. Um, it's like short stories. Yeah, that's cool too. Yeah, I gotta read some of your stuff because I'm like I said, I've never really
Mm-hmm.
connected with your art before. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have to read some of your stuff.
Right. Okay, we'll talk about that later. If you weren't doing music, what do you think you would be doing?
How Chris Brown said it, probably be in jail. That's what Chris Brown said, probably be in jail, locked up.
Mm,
Nah, yeah, I think I'd probably be like in jail.
mm,
I don't know. I know I didn't have no good intentions when I didn't have any good intentions when I um hit like seventh grade. I wasn't really doing music like that anymore. Like I was still writing, but I wasn't recording. I didn't really have much to record on. I didn't have anything, I can really do. I started slowing down my art and getting caught up in, the bullshit. So, and I wasn't rapping as much. I wasn't making music. I wasn't singing. I wasn't doing any of that. So it's like I'd probably be in jail, or like I'd probably have like a baby mom or something. I don't know. I know it wouldn't be good. I'll just tell you that right now. It's not a story that I want. But, I know regardless, I'd still have that voice in my head telling me like, yo, write.
mm.
I know I'd never stop writing. There's no way. I can't stop writing. It's just impossible. But yeah, if I wasn't making music, I'd, I'd be done for real.
Mm. Well, thank God for music.
But
Anything that we should be
about
on
you?
the list? What about me?
Mm-hmm.
What would I be doing
Mm-hmm.
if it wasn't all of this?
Yeah.
Um,
Probably be in jail.
no, definitely not jail. No, I'm too pretty for jail. I'm too soft for jail. Um, um, I think I'll be doing something similar. I'll probably become a therapist.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
That's a big thing. That's a big job.
yeah,
Big job. That's a cool job though, because it's kind of like what you're doing right now. It's just a different form.
exactly.
You
I
just
I was
go
I
ahead.
was thinking about like before all of this, actually being a therapist to like the elderly and celebrities, because I feel like on both sides, people don't really sit down and speak to them and like get their point of view on life. And I know how isolating that could be. And I know I saw a TikTok about how like the older you get, the more ignored you feel, and how like people literally don't even look like at an old person's direction type thing. So yeah, but they know so much, they live through so much, and it's just like a blessing in itself to even have lived that long. So yeah, that's why I would work with them.
It's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't even think of that.
Hmm.
So older people feel more invisible.
Especially older women.
Wow, wow, that's good. That's a good one. See, now I'm gonna take that into consideration. Maybe
Me too.
that's the reason for a lot of my pet peeves. Okay, so I have like this term I like to use called old head syndrome. It's it's like when you come across someone older or just not from your age group, and
Hmm.
they have this idea that back in my day, you know,
Hmm.
that shit was lit. This shit whack now,
Hmm.
especially in hip hop. Like that's just
Hmm.
so. Maybe that plays a part into why a lot of the older people have a stronger opinion on the departure of honesty and respect for the game
Hmm.
and music and life period that they think young people are cursed with this thing. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what the issue could be, or one of the issues is, because it's a disconnect on both sides. But yeah, okay, thanks for opening my mind.
You're welcome. That's what I do.
Clearly,
Um,
clearly.
Anything that we should be on the lookout for? New music, new projects.
Look out for Detox. That's for
Mm.
the hip hop fans. But um, yeah, I'm always working on stuff. Um, always working on visuals. Um, well, nowadays I am. That was my issue last year. I was caretaking for my mom, so I couldn't really be outside the way I wanted to. But
Hmm.
now I am. Now I'm outside, and I'm filming all day, every day, trying to make videos. I've already filmed like 3 music videos in the past month. Um,
I'm tight. I missed the one, like the shoot on the 24th. I didn't even see that.
oh, the public one, yeah,
I would have
that
popped
would
out
have been lit. That shit would have been lit if he was there. But I mean, shout
next
out to you for
time.
even noticing, because some people didn't even notice. But
We
nah,
don't focus
we
on them though.
right, word. We had a great time though. Like we was out there, the fucking spot we went to played the music. Shout out to Patty Pablo, nigga. Shout out to them. Um, shout out to Dykeman. Period. We shut down the whole block. Okay, shut down the whole block. Had everybody looking at us. Yeah, we did our thing. We did our thing. That was fun. But yeah, it's all about visuals this year for me. Um, might get some new music, but if anything, it'll be features. It's not gonna be like me dropping projects or anything.
Hmm.
Of course, I'll be thinking about doing that, but that'll never happen. It's gonna happen when it's time. When it's time, and by time I mean when my heart and my soul is ready to for it to be heard. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's not ready.
Hmm.
But like I said, Sleep Deprived is is the album. It's the project that everybody has their eyes on when they think about me. And
It's good. I like that.
thank you, thank you. I appreciate you for listening, for real. For real. And the fact that we don't even know each other like that and you listened is that's that's love. Um, but yeah, um, Sleep Deprived is definitely a thing to look out for. Visuals for that. I just filmed a song for visuals for a song called "Girl Please," so be on the lookout for that. That's gonna drop soon, real soon. Um, we just did. Me and Jetson just did "OD Villainous" and Dry the Boat on the 24th. You saw some of the snippets on my IG.
I didn't.
You did? All right, yeah. Go look at my IG if y'all want to go see some of the sneak peeks. You know what I'm saying? There's a few sneak peeks. Uh, there's a few for Girl Please too, and I did something else. What else did I do? Oh, I did Broken. I filmed Broken.
I saw that.
The tribute for my mom. Yeah, I figured you saw that one. That was the tribute for my mom, and yeah, my parents actually. I dedicated both to my parents, but you
Hmm.
have to watch the video to know that. But I guess now you know. Shout out to you though. Thank you for real. I'm so blessed to be here. I'm so happy. That was fun.
Yay. And last question. What do you want the world to know about Classix the Writer?
I'm coming. I'm
Period.
here. I'm here. Like, somebody told me a few years ago, I was so offended, but I gotta eat that shit now. Pause. I was so offended when I heard it. They was like, you know, I think you're extremely dope and could be the best ever, but you holding yourself back. I was like, nigga, what you mean? You don't even know me like that. You talking about you? I'm holding myself back. What are you talking about? Yeah, he was right. He was right.
Mm-hmm.
So I got in my bag and I stopped caring about what other thing, what others think, and
Mm-hmm.
stopped caring about, you know, you don't create my art. Y'all don't create my art. The world doesn't create my art. And I have to remember that at the end of the day, even though you guys are going to be the one that, gets those streams going, even though the world is the one that gets those streams going, the lives that I want to impact, that has to come from me. That energy, that idea, that spark that I want to give, that has to come from me. I have to create that from scratch. I can't copy. I can't shortcut my way there. I have to go through the storm, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm doing it with a smile on my face, and that's the best part. So fuck the I'm coming. I've been here for a long time, and I've been nobody before. Yeah, go. Yeah, y'all know that. If you listen to the album, you'll know that. But yeah, we here, and we're not going anywhere. But up, of course.
Yes, you got up. That was beautiful. Yay.
For real.
Thank
How do
you.
I say your last name? Is it Tunde?
First name Tunde, last name Iman.
Got it right. I was saying it earlier, and I was making sure that I was saying it right. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, I don't want to confuse it just because I'm assuming the cultural background is the same. So but
Yes.
yeah,
Okay. If you guys made it this far in the video, thank you so much for listening. Make sure you check out Classix music and everything that they do. Follow along for their journey. Thank you for following along my journey. And I'll see y'all in the next one.